So when I first started this show in 2016 at the Savannah College of Art and Design in Atlanta, they came to Coventry to a storage unit when I was homeless and it was all about to go on the streets, and it was all in cardboard boxes, and as an artist you're always hearing no, it's too much. The curator, Rafael Gomez, originally said yes to everything, and we put the show up, and I really think it was done so well, but there was no explanation of what happened before, apart from some selfie exhibitions that I'd shown at the Tate, and also some stories that I'd managed to tell the team. But this exhibition, compared to the show in Iceland, where it had no interpretation, it was just for however people wanted to see it, and in Italy and Poland, which, you know, had their own motives to show. This is truly from me to the city, and it's going back to my heritage, and it will show archives that no one's seen before. It will show pieces and sketchbooks, and it will tell the whole story from when I was a young person from this city all the way up till now. So growing up in the city, you know, I was obsessed with kings and queens in medieval times, and silks and the silk factories, and what the city kind of made, you know, all the products. And this is what we were taught about here. So I've decided to put some of that in my new works from when I was younger, because this is all from around the age of 17, but there's things before that. So I guess I'll be going back to my roots, going through those archives too. The first piece I ever made will be in the show, and it's an unfinished artwork. So I'll be finishing it like maybe 22 years later, maybe 23 years, I'm not sure. But so that's going to be an important piece for me, and it's been in my house ever since I was a child. So I find my pieces all over the world. I've worked with tribes, I've worked with designers, I've found things, I've reused things that have been disregarded, I recycle everything. Some things have taken hundreds of hours to make in here. Other pieces are just trash I found on the streets, and sometimes they were my best looks. The piece that I have in my head right now, the gold piece, is by Lulu Defilé for Yves Saint Laurent 1979 couture collection, and it was a hairpin in that actual collection. Behind me there's a 2,000-year-old necklace. My mother's curtains are there, and the crown I made for Nicki Minaj. So there's all kinds of things in here. I have a few favourite treasures in the exhibition. One is a coat that I made for Mariah Carey, and I wore it to the AbFab premiere, but it got some stains on, and I actually washed it and shrunk it. So it's now a shoulder piece on one of the sculptures. The other piece is probably one of my favourite pieces. There's two hats, well, there's many hats by Boy George in here, but one of them is his iconic one. And I turned up at his house one day, and he was all dressed up. He had makeup and a wig on and these crazy shoes. And he said, I've got loads of stuff for you. Come up. And then he started playing around with the hats, wearing them. And he's like, this is yours. And for me, that was quite a moment. When I first met George, I was quite intimidated. It was in a club, and we became friends. And for me, he's like my chosen family. And there are many people like that in London. Pete Burns was one of them, Steve Strange. And I was kind of adopted by this, you know, a 17-year-old moving to London, adopted by this fashion and art scene through nightlife. For me, it's important that this show is in Coventry, not in London, my other home, because I know that many people in the city struggle to be who they are at different times. It's where I'm from. It's where everything started. It's a place that I love. All my family are here, my friends are here, and it's actually a really cool city. It's been 20 years. I've been on a crazy old journey of up and down and left and right and going all over the place. And it's just centering my work. And I wanted to show the city. I know that if I had seen something like this maybe when I was younger, I may have thought differently. And I hope that people will come with an open mind and an open heart and take it for what it is and what it isn't. And just, you know, understand that people are different and we're everywhere, and people are different all over the world, and we're allowed to be.